Hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back. And oh man, you read the description. Can you run the, I mean, these are some big grill, these Gravity, whether we got the Masterbuilt, and you can see I've got the 1080, and we also got the 560 over there, and then we've got the Char-Griller 980 sitting right here. And these things are behemoths. And you're saying, really, you're gonna run them off a battery pack? Well, I've got two different styles of battery packs here, folks. And actually, I'm not the first one to try this. Somebody else has tried this. But what I wanna do is I wanna plug them in and I want to see how long they're going to run. So, and I'm going to do a cook with it, because it's one thing to fire it up and say, yeah, yep, enough charge there to make this thing turn on and all that. But can you do a cook with it? I mean, that's the real question. And so I tell you what, we'll take a closer look at the two that I got. There's a whole lot of these on the market. They're all over the place, not only in size, shape, but in cost too. So we'll take a look at both these, and then we'll show you how we do the connection, because it's super simple. And then, you know what, I've got some pork ribs, boneless country style pork ribs. I think I'll just throw on the Masterbuilt using, probably use that bigger one right there. So keep on watching. All right, so I think the first question asked is how are you doing it? We're not hooking up to a regular plug as you see. What we're doing is we're hooking up to a USB. Most of these battery style packs, and I've got one style right here, their connections are USB on the inside. So on both the Masterbuilt and on the Char-Griller, what you've got coming out of your controller, and you can see it right there, and that's your connection right there. And you got to have a cable that fits in there, just like that, and then you hook this part up to your battery pack. Now you're saying, Tom, where'd you get that from? So I got it off of Amazon. I'll leave the link down below, but here it is on Amazon. It's a converter, and you can see it is $8, and it's 3 foot, and it works perfectly. All right, so then to plug it in, we've got our battery pack here. This one actually's got a little solar panel on it. It works, but it's not really meant to charge the whole thing up. So you just plug that in, and then we just power it on like that, and it gives you power. And you can actually, let's just turn on the fan here. And here, we'll set temp. I don't know if you can hear, but the fan is running back there. So it's the key thing is, how long do they last? And we got two different sizes here. We're going to talk about that. You've seen how the plugs work. There possibly could be some other plugs that fit into these. I haven't found them yet. That'll plug into your regular connection, like there, your wall outlet, but I haven't found that yet. I'm sure somebody will point that out to me. But we'll keep going here. Like I said, the main thing is we want to fire one of these up and do a cook on it and make sure it's going to go, a couple hours. All right, so there's the blue one. This is called the Solar Power Bank. And this one it's relatively inexpensive, $40. Now, when I got it, like a lot of other people get it, you get it and you see the solar panel. You say, oh, that's great. You can just charge it all the time. Well, what I found out is that it charges extremely slow. In fact, I would more or less, the solar part of this, I would refer to it more of a trickle charger than anything else. You really got to plug it in. And I haven't, it works, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not my preferred choice. But I'm going to show you another one I got here that's multi-purpose, this Fantech one, and we'll take a closer look at that one. Obviously more expensive, but it does several other things. All right, so there's the Fantech one, and I actually kind of like it because it comes in a kit that actually has jumper cables. This one seems to have a lot, and the only reason I'm saying it seems to have a lot more power is we just went through some storms here in the Midwest within the last 7 days, and my wife was using this one, and I was using the blue one. And the blue one, I was still losing charge on my cell phone, and this one was not only keeping my wife's cell phone going, she was using cellular data, and was charging at the same time. So I was pretty impressed with it, but I also like the fact that you can do other things with it. And it says it holds the charge for 2 years. I have no way of knowing whether it does or doesn't. It charges in about 90 minutes when you first plug it in. It's got a light on it if you want to have one that's got a light on it. I just think it's cool. I do owe you folks a review of this though. because like I said, I think it's pretty cool. And if you're wondering how much it is, it is, you know, a lot more than the other one. It's about 105 bucks online, and it's at fantech.com, folks. So I tell you what, but we're not talking about prices of this, and we just want to see, does this actually work? Can I do a whole cook using one of these battery packs? And that's what we're gonna do. I tell you what, we're gonna get the Masterbuilt fired up. I want you to go take a look at some country style ribs that I've been marinating. I'll show you how I'm marinating them. We're gonna do low and slow for maybe about an hour, maybe 2 hours. And then we're gonna fire things up a little bit, maybe wrap them. And it's gonna be a serious cook. I'm not gonna waste all this charcoal just to see how long this is gonna last. We're gonna do some cook with it too. So keep on going here. All right, getting the 1050 from Masterbuilt all fired up here. Got some smoke rolling, bottom's open, got the 2 sliders out, stored. If you're looking at that front, you're looking at it and say, holy smokes, that's a big front. Klotz Mods, folks. That's a nice stainless steel modification that Klotz Mods makes that adds on to the original. Remember the original front shelf only comes out to about here, and it's kind of useless. This makes it very useful. Klotz Mods, he's got a lot of other great stuff too. Check him out, but craftsmanship is should be his middle name because he does a very nice job. All right, and there's our country style ribs, folks. I've marinated them for about an hour and a half, and I've been using this Blues Hog pork marinade mix. This stuff was pretty nice. And then on top of that, I put a little Farm 407 barbecue and oil. I love this stuff. I'll tell you what, the pepper in there is just, it's amazing. So onto the grill we'll go. All right, I got the Masterbuilt. I think we're at 225 or maybe 230. I'm not sure. But this is going to be, as you can see, we're still saying 100%. It's been fired up for a while now. See our lid temp agrees pretty much. Take a look. Got a water pan down there, just a little water on. I'm not going to go crazy here because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon already. So probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours at 225. Get some smoke on there, and then we'll turn them up. And obviously I'm cooking dinner, but we want to see how long one of these battery things are going to actually last. Can we make it through a whole cook? I mean, that's the question. Keep on watching. All right, folks, 2 hours. Before, when I told you it was 3 o'clock and I had it at like 2:30, it was like, what am I doing? Turn it up. So I turned it to 250. It's been closed down for 2 hours. I actually went for a walk. So let's just take a look and see where we are. Oh, look at that. 98% of battery yet. 2 hours plus the startup. That's pretty impressive. Let's take a look at our, after all, we are cooking something. See, our temp on the lid is right around 250 also. The Masterbuilt does a great job holding temp, it really does. Look at that nice color. Oh man, that is looking good, looking real good. We're gonna turn it up 350 now. I wanna take the internal on those, maybe about 150. In fact, I'll check the internal next. Take it up the internal 150. I'm gonna wrap them, put maybe a little juice in there, and then get them nice probe tender. Put some sauce on them, and that's going to be dinner. But we'll keep on using the battery the whole way, and we'll show you the final time and all that. I'll give you a couple more look-sees, so keep on watching. All right, so I've got our pan that we had to water and wash that off. Bed of potatoes, some beer, and there's our country-style ribs. Oh, man, nice color on those. Going to cover this up, put it back in, 350, and we'll do it till 45 minutes to an hour. Pull them off, put some sauce on. Man, it's going to be good eating, folks. All right, folks, just talking a little bit about battery packs here. And, you know, you don't have to go with something like this. For instance, if you have cordless power tools, a lot of them, like if it's Milwaukee or DeWalt or Makita, or even I've got Milwaukee and I've got Black & Decker, and I also have Bauer. And Bauer makes an adapter for their batteries. And here it is right here. And it's got USB ports. And it just, like that. And you're good to go. This adapter right here from Harbor Freight, Bauer, $20. And if you got the battery already, you're ready to go. All right, folks, 3 hours, 93%. That's pretty impressive. We're up to 425. The only reason I took it up that high was because that beer that I put in there, it was cold. So we're gonna give this about 10 more minutes, and we're gonna take it out of the beer, give it some sauce, give you a look-see. Oh man, taters. Oh, look at those country style ribs. Here's our battery. Let's take a look. Turn on. 92%. Folks, that was 3.5 hours. Actually, it was closer to 4. I'm going to say 4 hours, and you only used 8% of this battery, so you can only imagine how long this thing would go. Some Fantech T8 Apex. I'll leave the link down below. This thing did a great job. Obviously, you could go way overnight with this thing, and you wouldn't have to worry about it. But I'll tell you what, I know what you want to see. I know what I want to see. Let's take a look at these ribs. Oh man, it's going right here. Nice. Yeah, smoke ring there. Remember we marinated these? Got a little bit of sauce on there. Oh man. Oh, so that's awesome. Ribs turned out great. Did it using a battery. I got taters. What more could you want? Tom Horseman at YouTube. Thumbs up, leave a comment. And as always, can't say it enough. Thanks for watching.